200th Grand Prix start then for Max Verstappen at the track that he has led 186 laps.
Here we go, guys. After over a year, we're back with F1 watch-alongs, and today's the Dutch Grand Prix. We just started. There's 5 red lights about to go out. Here we go. Who will be leading in turn 1? It's 5 red lights for the Dutch Grand Prix. Go. Verstappen leads. Of course it is him. Little maxi pad. Russell's got third. Ahead of Piastri. Leclerc's fifth.
Behind Charles Leclerc, he's lost to place 2 at the start, but it was Max Verstappen who got the better getaway.
He did. Both McLarens had too much wheel spin as they dropped the clutch.
Too much wheel spin from McLaren.
Pressure from Leclerc too.
Oh, that was close. That was close. Charles Leclerc right on the tail of Oscar Piastri.
Yeah, Leclerc's right on the tail of Piastri here.
Turn 5 already. Verstappen edging away from Lando Norris. That's Fernando Alonso just ahead of his teammate Lance.
Here we go.
And the 2 Aston Martins down in 7th and in 8th.
Verstappen leads.
Russell, Piastri, Leclerc,
Verstappen's going for 4 home wins in a row, so of course he'd be one to go for it.
Norris must stop Verstappen doing is getting a second clear. DRS
yeah, Lando has to stop him.
Comes in at the end of the first lap. If Verstappen builds a greater than a 1 second lead, that will be very difficult for the McLaren.
It will be. Ricciardo, he's revived lately in the last few races. Danny Ricciardo. Hamilton's made a few places up, and he's trying ahead of. That's Tsunoda actually. That's not Ricciardo.
We finished the first lap of 72. There's less than a second difference.
There he goes. That's Alonso. Sing Alonso.
He'll keep that move going. Gasly is just.
I mean, he's RP Rocky Power Mohawk name for these guys.
And on those bank corners, you can run high and fast, and Alonso ducks underneath.
Yeah.
He'll lose out through the exit.
It has to be said, though, we wondered what the start would do for Lando Norris, and it's a 6th time where he's been in P1 and he's got away to the detriment of the cars alongside him.
Yeah.
He is down in 6th place. He's got it all to do from here.
He's got to wipe that
second.
Completely out of his mind now. He can't do anything about
Lando has to do that.
It is now.
Room for Lando, I am.
What can we do? How do we use our pace?
DRS enabled.
Keep Red Bull under pressure. Perez down in 6th. That means that McLaren are 2-1 when it comes to strategizing up front. But Piastri,
that's Tsunoda defending from Hamilton.
Lost out to Russell too.
Hamilton's got a good.
He's going to make a move here. He does. Go on, Lewis.
He's going down the inside on Daniel Ricciardo.
It's Yuki Tsunoda.
That move stick. Absolutely superb there from Lewis Hamilton, who moves himself up another place into 12th place in this race.
He's got to make hay on those tyres.
Lap 3.
Laps, Lewis Hamilton. They will be praying for a safety car.
They will be. Mercedes will.
They certainly will. Yuki Tsunoda, sorry, the RB that Hamilton overtook. And wow, that's a move there. Valtteri Bottas.
Going for on Yuki.
Nearly coming across.
First of all, it was Ricciardo as well, but then I realised it was Tsunoda. Because Ricciardo's down here in 15th.
Down in the bottom places at the moment.
Yeah, it's all going on here.
Making a move ahead of Zhou Guanyu out in front and out of DRS threat. It's a 1.3 second gap
for Max.
Verstappen in the lead.
Maxi pad.
George Russell, though, hasn't got
That's
much
what
of an advantage.
Rocky Power Mohawk calls him, so I'm calling him that.
When we come down the main straight next time around.
Then we've got Osama bin Russell in 3rd and Oscar Pastry 4th.
Because the last corner's banged, you can follow more closely than in some high-speed corners, it must be said. So, but that's what exactly
looks like Red Bull are more race pace than McLaren.
Verstappen was trying to do, break the DRS, though he's done it by over half a second clear.
He has.
To take Norris out of the reckoning in this first phase.
Verstappen, Norris, and then Russell and Piastri.
Yeah, I probably did say Red Bull are more race pace. I said that before this thing started. I did say Red Bull may have more race pace.
DRS advantage that you were talking about, Martin. 20 kilometers an hour.
Verstappen does focus more on Grand Prix, on the races he does compared to qualifying. That's why he's got like 60 Grand Prix wins. 61 it is, to be exact.
Nothing doing there as we approach through turn 2 towards the bank.
As Leclerc's trying to defend from Checo Perez.
Slingshot the way around. Piastri stays behind Russell, Perez stays behind Leclerc.
Yeah, Russell critically was really fast through the penultimate right-hander, not the final bank corner.
Norris is usually quite quick in the first sector, but then the second sector is usually Maxi Pad who has the advantage over Lando.
Competition, challenges, Close racing, second, third, fourth, and fifth here. Pierre Gasly has Fernando Alonso right behind him and is being challenged currently for 7th place after a brilliant start from 9th.
Well, that's been wide from Perez. Leclerc's nearly lost it on the rear as well.
He's moved up a place. Lance Stroll has got Nico Hulkenberg for company and Lewis Hamilton on the soft compound tyre, getting ever closer to Hulkenberg in 11th.
This is the problem. Last time around, Hamilton was on a leading pace, low 116s. But he's 9 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, that's the problem for Hamilton.
In 14th place. He's really got to clear these cars quickly.
Now it's getting a bit of time back on Max.
With DRS, the sunshine here at Zandvoort.
It's windy but sunny in Zandvoort. Premier League football's kicking off as well. It's already kicked off, but I'm not watching that right now because we're watching the F1. And also next week, guys, I might do Monza for F1, and I might I'm also doing MotoGP before for F1, so I'll probably have to try and sort it out. I'm going to do it.
Russell dived down the inside. Gap out in front, 1.2 seconds. Verstappen and Norris.
Verstappen still in the lead. Norris in P2.
The magic second that gives him the DRS boost.
Norris he either needs to attack and do something about it and get the clear air, or he might just have to back off a bit and think a little bit of a longer game on this first.
Yeah, Lando might go longer on this first stint and then come back at Max later on at a race.
The little bit of running we did on a dry Friday session than Max Verstappen. So what he doesn't want to do is burn them out, chasing his own tail, basically, trying to hang on to the Red Bull. So
I think Norris should do that and then come back at Max later on at a race.
We know that DRS can be a powerful tool here, but you do get situations where cars are stuck in something of a DRS train, and from Gasly all the way down to Tsunoda, that's starting to happen from 7th all the way down to 13th. But the car behind might have DRS, but those in front have it as well, and they kind of neutralise each other's pace.
Yeah, that's happened a load of times before with the DRS trains.
Between Verstappen and Norris, 200th Grand Prix for Max Verstappen, and once again he's leading here at Zandvoort. This Martin is how he got into the lead. Yeah, just too much.
It looked all right from the first phase at the start, and then Verstappen just got a better phase in the second part of the start.
Identical, just too much wheel spin on the rear axle of that McLaren. They're two-wheel drive. There's no traction control.
Too much wheel spin on the McLaren.
And it's cost him the lead at the moment. But as I say, it's now all about Plan B.
Watchalango's on board.
About 0.4 of a second difference in the run to 200 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, too much wheel spin.
It was almost too few revs, wasn't it?
Yeah, too few revs could have been.
I'd like to hear that again if you can, but it was almost too few revs.
So Gasly's on board because he had a good start.
Lance Stroll on his right and makes a move on Fernando Alonso.
Yeah, Gasly's been quite good this season. Not going to lie. Even though Alpine have been one of the slowest cars, Gasly's actually been the best out of the two drivers. Yeah.
Charles Leclerc
Is Leclerc
making places at the start, decided that the outside was the way to go here.
Yeah.
Russell, lovely move on the inside.
Yeah, good move from Osama bin Russell on Oscar Pastry.
Picks off the Red Bull driver.
What's this?
Just see here.
Oh, Magnussen missed why he went off. That's why I saw him go down to last. I was wondering that he went off.
Maybe not quite up to the temperature, but the has been struggling under braking. Certainly in the hands of Nico Hulkenberg.
Yeah,
this weekend.
Yeah, a bit down there on the brakes, wasn't he?
Yeah. So if someone wants to get out of the DRS train, they might sort of perform a little undercut. It's good for Maxis, but Lando might get in later on. We'll see about that. I do hope this race is a banger. I really do. Because I've not come back to F1 like Watchalong soon just to have a bit of an average race. But so far this season, it's all been bangers. Ever since Miami, all the races, except probably Monaco and Barcelona, have been bangers.
Through turn 7, so a little lift off through that corner.
By that I mean like really exciting.
You can into the tyres like you would in qualifying. Now the reason for doing that,
200 starts a maxi pad in F1.
Rubber very, very slowly, so the life of the tyre is okay.
And obviously, MotoGP recently hasn't been having good races with Bagnaia winning a lot, so that's why I thought I'd come back to this.
The more you can manage, the more you can look after the tire, the more you control the
But yeah, I always thought that before, obviously, Miami, MotoGP was like less time, double the fun. And obviously, the last few races there hasn't been for MotoGP, even though it has been a very good season in MotoGP. Yeah, Alonso's trying to keep with Sainz here, whoever took him. I think that was a DRS. Mario Alonso made a mistake. But Aston Martin's not been quick at all this year, and Alonso's still trying to get everything out of it. I mean, at the start of the season it was alright, but then ever since after Miami, it's been nowhere.
And then we watched every night, every accident. So the track will come to the
yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Verstappen's been quicker over the last 3 laps compared to Lando. Yeah. Gasly hanging on. That's been more difficult to overtake with these bigger cars. This is why I bring back smaller and lighter cars, because then it generate more fun racing. Yeah, let's have a look at this. Round me outside. Round me outside. Round me outside. Go move that. Good respect from both Spaniards.
That message to Lando Norris there, Martin. The people asking, who do you think we're racing?
Yeah, I think Lando's racing Max today, because if Russell keeps in third, there's probably not much chance that Lando's racing George today.
To give you an idea of how much slower they're going in the qualifier because of the fuel load, it's around 6 seconds per lap slower.
Yeah, Sainz has been quicker recently than Pierre Gasly.
We were doing yesterday afternoon in qualifying.
So Sainz needs to get ahead of Pierre and then try and run his own race and get after the guys ahead. Don't think Sainz will get a podium today, but if he gets a good position, like P5, top 5, that'll be good. Here he goes again. Hamilton's getting a Hulkenberg. He's going to make a move.
Hamilton's got much better pace under braking.
Yeah.
Slides that Mercedes.
And there goes Hamilton into P11. Go on, Lewis. I'd like to see Hamilton get a top 5 today, or maybe a top 6.
So that's 3 places now made up by Hamilton from his starting point on the fringes of the top 10.
But needing that long to get past Hulkenberg has hurt Lewis's race in this phase anyway. He's now 13.8 seconds off the lead. Yeah,
that's hurt Hamilton's race. And he's got next up the window like a Stroll, Rocky Power Mohawk name again, and Fernando Alonso.
He's had too many.
See what Hamilton can do about them.
Glorious afternoon, full Formula One action here in Zandvoort. The sun very much out. I hope it is a car fest this afternoon as well, where apparently 40,000 are watching on the big screen and cheering on the likes of Verstappen and Norris, Russell, Piastri, Leclerc, and of course
that's lap 11, I think.
Down in 11th place now.
Yeah, lap 11.
To Chris Evans and all the gang there.
And Maxi Pad Verstappen still in the lead. I missed his sight his moment. He looks a lot closer than he did on the previous lap on Pierre Gasly. Here he goes. What the hell's the camera shot going? On the inside goes Sainz. Gasly hanging around the outside. Who will come out on top in this one? And it's going to be Carlos Sainz. P7 for Carlos. Good move that. Yeah, finally did Carlos get his man. And now we can set after Perez. Plan A, Ferrari on for Leclerc. And we know from previous races, Ferrari are terrible at making strategies. We know that from I think 2020 since. They've been bad at strategies. Like Monaco 22, Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Hungary 22, Exhibit C, Canada 24, Exhibit D, Silverstone 24, and many other exhibits for Ferrari with strategy calls. Yeah, Alpine are a mess at the minute with all the team principals. And I don't have F1 Manager 24, so I went back to F1 Manager 23. I started to do an Alpine career mode. I'm not doing, obviously, YouTube on it, but we got a podium in round 2 with Ocon in Jeddah. 23 seasons for Alpine are going to be a lot quicker than they are in 24. Hamilton still can't get past Stroll.
But immediately then, Hamilton is on the back.
Norris is catching Verstappen again. He's got a few seconds back on him.
By Nico Hulkenberg. He's taken a lap to get right on the tail here of Lance Stroll. He has his teammate Fernando Alonso just ahead of him.
Yes, Stroll should not be in F1. I mean, if you guys have seen Stroll in previous years and this year, you know he shouldn't be in F1, and he's just wasting a seat in the midfield. And if Aston Martin go be a championship-winning team, they can't just focus on Stroll. They've got to bring in a world-class driver, which is much better than him.
A bit of respite after the next couple of corners. There's a DRS straight coming for Hamilton to attack further the Aston Martin ahead of it.
Pastry team radio. Piastri says plan A. Call him Pastry for a reason.
Gets three horizontal as usual. That's exactly what you need,
yeah.
Isn't it? Crystal clear.
Crystal clear, lap 13.
Stop. In other words, the tyres degrading more than we thought they might. But he's. I'm wondering
and look at this.
General McLaren paces at this point, but Norris is just starting.
He's gaining again.
A little bit more, isn't he?
Yeah, he certainly is.
3 times quicker than Max on the previous lap.
He was losing touch with George Russell. Was he suffering from his tyres, or is
yeah.
Martin thinking the sensible longer game? Move back from that dirty area a bit, protect the tyres, and then we'll challenge as we get closer and closer to when we need to pit in this race.
Yeah, I think that's what Russell's thinking. There's Albon's already in. What tyres? Hards.
Alex Albon, whose floor was about 3 millimetres too wide. That's why he was excluded from qualifying. He upgraded floor. The hard tyres going on. 13, sort of 59 laps. Could he get to the end on a set?
Don't think he can because there's like 60 laps for him.
They just had to shave a little bit off it. It was good to go. Frustrating all around, but rules are rules.
Yeah, rules are rules, unfortunately.
This week and say, look,
teammate for Lando. Yeah, no DRS for Lando, but he's gaining with slipstream.
I think I can cover him whatever you do. So let's not go too extreme. Too extravagant on our. I feel like got the pace, and he is starting to home in now.
Yeah.
He knows he needs to treat the back of Max Verstappen's car like the hind legs of a donkey, though, doesn't he, when he gets there?
Yeah.
So that message from GP that we heard 5 or 6 laps ago, just watch the rear left.
There goes Hamilton. He's got ahead of a window licker. And into P10 goes Lewis Hamilton. I wish I call him that, though, because he's won 2 of the previous 3. So back to Lewis Hamilton we go. RPM again. Anyone watches Walking Pine Mohawk will know. Good news, that, because that'll give Lando a chance.
Starting to struggle a little bit with his tyres.
His maxi pad starting to struggle. I remember when he was just moaning a lot on the radio in Hungary. That was actually quite funny. If I was doing a live watch-along to that, I would have probably just laughed at his team radios. Not in like a toxic way, but in like a funny way.
And Max he's been told to look after the rear, but he's actually complaining now about the front tyres as well. And there's an element here as we're sitting in the cockpit of Lando Norris of we're coming to get you.
Put it this way, Martin. Other than the weather, last 3
no DRS again for Lando.
Verstappen has looked like he's got the measure of all his challenges. Today might be a different story. And on board with
today might be a different story for Lando. He may actually get his second win again. We're coming a bottle of many wins recently. Like McLaren, Hungary was obviously team orders. Spain could have been a win. Austria could have been a win. What else could have been a win? Imola could have been a win if I was like 2 more laps down. I think definitely would have got Max. And Canada definitely a bottle of a win there. And Ricciardo's just over to Bottas. That's Tsunoda and Hulkenberg are in. Tsunoda and Hulkenberg are in.
To Max Verstappen, he can get the rear wing open. That's free.
Nico Hulkenberg. Got to blame Daniel Ricciardo for that one. Got to thank him for that name too. Again, Verstappen is quicker in Sector 2 compared to Lando. That's where Lando's missing on the DRS. I've been getting closer to Max.
If you're running between 3/10 and 8/10 of a second behind the car, you know, Martin, that's going to be. It's not going to be doing your tyres any favours, is it?
It's not, indeed.
No, it's not. We start up 16. Lando still less than a second behind, but with no DRS. And here, Leclerc has DRS on Oscar Pastry.
Norris has responded to the question from the pit wall saying he's pretty happy with his tyres.
Looks like Hamilton may get Fernando Alonso here, old rivals, of course, from 2008 and the early 2010s. Here he goes. And there goes Hamilton into ninth. Definitely have to Alonso's battle today. There goes Hamilton into P9. Good stuff from Lewis. Yeah. Lando's 8 tenths behind Max.
Thanks, Bernie. While you were giving us that strategy update, Lewis.
Again, he's fallen a second behind him. And Albon goes quickest of anyone. That's the Williams car, sending the fastest up at the Grand Prix, which shows new tyres are basically a big key to getting fastest laps, apparently. As Lando finally breaks in DRS.
Yeah, that's quite a pointer, isn't it, for everybody?
Yeah. Get us back on my lead battle, you TV directors. I want to see what's going on. He's got closer, yes. Come on, Lando.
Here comes Lando Norris.
Here he comes.
Only has a few car lengths in front here.
Yeah.
Norris has really caught up with Verstappen.
Yeah, he has.
To the extent
I think it's made about Austria again, and they may collide.
Norris is starting to turn this race very much on its head.
Yeah.
Turn 3, the banked corner at Hugenholz. Verstappen gets a very nice exit off that.
Yeah.
Norris has just got to live with a Red Bull here.
Yeah, Norris has to live with him.
Sector and be in a position to try and strike next time around.
Yeah. Verstappen had a little mistake on the previous lap because Norris really closed in, didn't he? But
yeah.
If the hard compound tyres work, let's remember Max Verstappen has got 2 sets of those.
Tyres are numb for Max. Little maxi pad. He ain't little anymore. He's obviously 26 now. He's not 17.
Max Verstappen's race engineer in the background. Previous lap, 0.6 of a second.
6 tenths the gap, and Lando looked to be quicker through that part of the track.
Started on pole and was beaten into the first corner by the.
Here we go. Go on, Lando.
Now, with 20 kilometers an hour of extra pace, is challenging down the main straight here. And look at that extra pace.
Here he goes.
CRS for Lando Norris.
Lando. But Max is trying to hang it up around the outside, but he can't. Come on, Lando.
Yeah, now he can get up with it. Any pace he has.
Yeah.
In clear air.
He can do it now.
We heard them say earlier on in back in Budapest, now is the time to make a big difference in this Grand Prix.
Lap 18 and Norris now takes the lead of the Dutch Grand Prix.
Very fair in that move.
That was fair.
Jiggle, but did not do anything outrageous at all. And through went Norris.
Last 3 Grand Prix, we have had 17 changes of the lead, at least 3 lead changes in each of the past 6 Grand Prix, and that's the first change of the lead that we've had today. And it is Lando Norris past Max Verstappen.
Almost ahead of Maxi Pad Verstappen.
Fight that one any longer.
Let's have a look at this.
Pace that Norris had coming off the banking of the final corner.
Yeah, that was a great exit out of banking.
His way past the Red Bull.
Yeah,
unreal.
Getting the rear wing open in the banking, aren't they? There's so much surplus grip through there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do that on the F1 game. I don't like open the DRS in the banking.
He was in the turbulent air, so this is the chance now.
Yeah.
For Norris, who's already 0.6 ahead, but he's dragging Verstappen along. We've got to clear that. He's got to get more than a second ahead.
Yeah.
And then use his pace.
The clear.
We know Norris has here.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? What I'll do here is, if he tries to undercut, we pit.
Before your rival, who's ahead of you on the track, put some fresh tyres on.
I know what the undercut is for many a long time.
By the time your rival reacts,
you pit before your rival, and then you have a chance of getting ahead. But if you're in traffic, the overcut may work. Just ask Sebastian Vettel from 2017 for you. Remember racing Melbourne, I do in 2017. That was unreal. Seeing Vettel winning Ferrari. That was obviously his 4th win for the team. Maxi Pad's losing out here. Is he going for the undercut? Let's have a look here. No, he's not.
Still got DRS.
Full DRS. Still got the DRS for something. That's critical for him now
Yeah.
to hang on to the McLaren. Then into the 115s now. This pit. It's a 2-horse race out there.
Yeah, 2-horse race for the win out there.
Norris is not breaking away like he needs to.
I'd say that DRS probably worth about 0.3 of a second.
Yeah, the pit window for medium tyres is up 27 and up 33. And Verstappen does have 2 sets of these, so he can go for a 2-stop if he wanted to.
So if Verstappen pitted now, he would come out 9th behind Lewis Hamilton into quite a lot of traffic. So the undercut, pit before your rival.
Yeah. Bit more wind in Zandvoort. Yeah, I've got a weather app on check Zandvoort, and it's really windy. We'll keep an eye on Zandvoort. These F1 cars are very sensitive to it.
Look at this as we go into the next DRS zone. You said it was crucial, Martin.
Yeah, Max does not have it.
Broke the DRS threat.
He's over a second behind. Does that mean he's going to try the pit lane now? The pit stop? No, he ain't. I think Red Bull know where we come out, so they're going to wait on that. I mean, it would be kind of too early if they pitted Max now. Because then Lando probably have 5 seconds to him when Max does pit again, if he does. There goes Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton. Pierre Gasly is the car in front of him.
Is he going to try down the inside? No, he's not trying to dive bomb. That would have been fun if he did that. It's always fun when you dive bomb someone. I do it all the time on F1. I do.
Gasly was on the podium this time last year.
Yeah, Lando agrees it may be the wind. The gust of winds. The gust of a wind in Zandvoort. I don't know why it's a gust of winds. So apologies for that. Yeah, Max is now 1.5 seconds behind, over 1.5 seconds behind, 1.7 behind now. So Lando, this may be his race to lose from now. I hope he doesn't bottle it again. I mean, some of the reasons why I bottled it were maybe McLaren's strategy in Montreal. I think it was mainly him. Not trying to hate on Lando, I'm just saying. Austria was a racing incident. Nothing, just an incident on the race. That's what I'd say about it, just an incident on the race.
That's what he's got to do. If he wants to defend against the undercut, he wants to build himself the luxury.
Here goes Leclerc on Piastri. And Leclerc can't get ahead for now. I mean, yeah, if it was MotoGP, I'd just send it on the inside. MotoGP would not do anything around Zandvoort. They can't even race around there because of the bankings. And obviously, the usual bike track in MotoGP in the Netherlands is the TT Assen. Yeah, he's on a mission. He's Leclerc.
Continuing his mission, Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton's continuing his comeback.
Today, trying to get past Pierre Gasly. And out in front, 2.3 seconds now. Norris
2.3.
Going well since he took the lead on lap 18.
Yeah.
British driver.
Going well for Lando Norris.
In traffic, whereas Norris is in the 1 minute late in the 15s, for example. So that's the play, and he's now pit stop behind Lewis. So that track position has cost him dearly, but he's got a lot further into this race.
I'm sorry, 3. And Verstappen ain't committing to pit stop yet.
Absolutely. If you're leading, we were told today, there's a potential to extend the performance life of the song to 25 laps.
There goes Leclerc, but Piastri defends on the inside. If you're brave enough, you will go around the outside. Like some drivers are. I mean, I'd do it because it will be fun.
Behind him here. Lap 23 of 72. And it's another fine effort in the race here from Charles Leclerc, who, of course, finished third, didn't he, in Belgium last time around, and drove a very solid race for Ferrari that day.
He's been very tenacious, hasn't he? As finally then, on board Lewis Hamilton.
Finally.
Up the inside of Pierre Gasly. We can pick the throttle up a little bit earlier and then leave him some space.
But no, he doesn't. Gasly defends on brilliantly on the inside.
Around there. And
Gasly got a better drive coming on the outside of turn 1.
It was
nearly contact there.
Your front axle is ahead of their rear axle. You can have a go at the inside, but you do have to leave them a car's width racing with on the outside.
Yeah.
Great to see after being the slowest cars on the grid in Bahrain. The Alpine of Pierre Gasly able to go wheel to wheel, defend well, and pick up places.
Yeah, Alpine have.
The second part of the season.
I think now they might have the 6th best car on the grid, or maybe even the 7th best. I don't know.
Not having it quite such a good day. Here though comes
there goes Leclerc again.
Try around the outside of
He's going for it. He's going for it.
Says, no,
but Piastri says no thanks.
I'll force you as far wide as I can.
3.6 for gap at the lead now.
By a few centimeters.
Team radio. Hamilton's in.
Trouble is, if they pit Max Verstappen now, he is coming out as Hamilton pits right behind Pierre Gasly.
That's hard tyres for Hamilton.
Might help.
They've done well, they have. Mercedes have.
Yeah, he'd come out ahead of Gasly now. So,
unless, like, you know, Red Bull make a complete mess of it at the pit stop.
So do with Piastri.
And Hamilton, I think, is coming out just ahead of Sonoda, is he? No. Hamilton's out behind Yuki. Okay, he's got to now get ahead of the RB as well.
Now, we thought Hamilton was committing to a two-stop strategy here. He has got those soft tyres to lap 24, Martin. Put the set of hards on. That might be enough to go to the end of the race.
Yeah, it might be enough to go to the end, but we'll have to see. 4 seconds the gap. Oh, they're getting ready for a pit stop down a Ferrari. And maybe a McLaren. As Charles Leclerc is committing the undercut.
And Ferrari maybe sensing that. Charles Leclerc.
They've committed for an undercut, Ferrari have. They better not be doing a typical Ferrari strategy again. As Leclerc's stop is 2.4. Nice stop from Ferrari. Let's see where Fernando Alonso is. So he could come out behind Alonso and just at a Lance Stroll, it looks like. Yeah, there's no way the window lickers get him up. And he doesn't. And Russell's being told to box because of the undercut threat from Leclerc. Goes 4.7 now between Norris and Verstappen. So Norris does have a pace to win today. Just depends on if McLaren can do it for him. Well, that maxi pad, when are they going to pit him in?
Quite a wide window of opportunity here.
Looks like they may be pitting Verstappen here. That 26 is starting now.
We are seeing here a McLaren car both with pace.
No, he doesn't pit in.
Preservation of those tyres.
And then comes Osama bin Russell because they already pitted Hamilton.
Who's just made his exit from the final corner and into the pit lane at 60 kilometers.
Here comes George.
He now goes.
What it does also do is
obviously trying to get redemption with disqualification at Spa.
More and more information.
Front right for Mercedes, that was actually a bit slow. On the front right, I saw 3.4.
Might seem quite fast for such a narrow pit lane.
So we couldn't get the front right off in time.
For George Russell.
There goes Leclerc.
Charles Leclerc. Here comes the red Ferrari.
And Leclerc may be ahead of Russell. Here he is.
Alonso and George Russell.
And Russell's behind also Fernando Alonso. So the undercut's worth for Leclerc. So for once, Ferrari do a good strategy call. For once. They're not typical Ferrari for once. Good job from them.
He said that he was going well, and that's another contender that he's battling with, this time in the face of George Russell, that he's managed to get past.
It's going for Piastri. Tiger +5.
Well, Oscar Piastri getting a motivational...
But as it stands, Leclerc will be ahead if Piastri pits now.
Charles Leclerc is going to be ahead of him. We've got one...
And he's going to be ahead of Russell as well.
He's just getting caught up a little bit here, Martin, and another is absolutely storming out in front.
That's brilliant exit from Russell. On new tyres, of course.
On a set of medium tyres that he started the race on.
Yeah, and that's still faster.
So they're going 5 laps more at Piastri, which might actually not be a good strategy call, we'll have to see.
With a 1:16.0, that's what he needs to do.
And none of the top 2 haven't pitted yet, and Verstappen's fallen another second behind Lando.
Under pressure as well with Verstappen.
On board with Leclerc here. Yeah, too easy. That's too easy with DRS and fresh tyres. I have to say. Yeah, let's have a look at this.
He came on the track. Why was Russell stopped a little bit slow?
It was a front right, I told you. Told you it was a front right.
Just wasn't working quite in harmony. And the harmony they would have.
And there goes Hamilton on Ocon, so Hamilton's now making progress on those new tyres. Good to see.
In 14th place, Esteban Ocon, the other driver. Hamilton on the hard side after his pit stop, making his way back through the field once again. Billy Collins to you.
gas spot is really hot
Right.
on the pit wall, particularly McLaren. This is the first time we're going to get a feel for Piastri's true pace in free air. Can he match Norris?
Can Piastri match Lando? As Red Bull again ready for a pit stop. Who is it for? Max Verstappen. Here we go now. This is where it's all going to change here in Zandvoort as Maxi Pad comes in.
The last few laps since he lost the lead to Lando Norris.
Good stop from Red Bull. That is 2.5. McLaren going to counter that for sure. Martin Butler's right. McLaren going to counter that. They could go, I think, 3 more laps and then do it for Lando because he's got, I think, at least a 6-second lead plus on merit.
George Russell's the fastest man.
And he comes out just ahead of Pierre Gasly, and Leclerc's there too.
Verstappen comes back out into this race ahead of his former teammate Pierre Gasly.
Yeah, from early 2019, and then you know what happened. Gasly got fired, and then Albon came in. Remember watching that season 9. 2019 was actually an alright season, but obviously Leclerc winning brilliantly on Monza. I remember watching that race nearly a year ago. That is not nearly a year ago, nearly 5 years ago. Lando Team Radio. Lando's pitting, they're covering it.
Key here is to get in and out again and continue that lap.
They're covering McLaren, they're covering Red Bull.
Take risks with the speed limiter. He didn't. Park it on your marks. Let everybody do their job.
From the front left, but it shouldn't really affect much because Verstappen is still going to be, like, I think, 3 seconds behind.
Okay, it should be enough.
So interestingly, McLaren didn't double stack. So
that's interesting.
Continued on his way. Sergio Perez didn't pit. Carlos Sainz didn't pit.
They've still got at least 3 seconds.
Comfortably ahead of Max Verstappen as he disappears into.
They've got 5 seconds to Verstappen. 5.5, yeah, 5.5.
So he's still got that margin over Verstappen.
I'm out to cover that for sure. Now they can race to the end if they want, or Red Bull make another stop. I bet you that if Red Bull make another stop, they're going to have to cover that down on McLaren. They're going to have to cover it.
Norris has got a 1-lap advantage in life in terms of life. That actually, I don't believe will make any difference.
Yeah, may not make any difference. We'll have to see though if it will.
It was 5.6 before.
As Maxi Pad's still going.
It's going to be, I'm going to imagine, a little bit less now because Max had an extra lap on fresh tyres.
Yeah.
Let's see what they can do now in this second phase on the different tyre.
Charles Leclerc.
I mean, yeah, this was too easy again.
Assisted, not a problem with
and there goes Charles Leclerc.
Lewis Hamilton has got past Nico Hülkenberg for a second time in this race. Here he is.
Yeah, second time Hamilton's got past Hülkenberg.
Beautifully for both Mercedes and for Ferrari. We're getting a few overtakes here.
Mezzo Sama Russell ahead of Gasly as Perez comes in now in the second Red Bull.
Perez is now pitting, and still Piastri and Sainz continue on their way.
There's a pole moment stop for Red Bull. That's a bit slow. And Perez, 4.4.
Verstappen's teammate.
Yeah. 4.4 seconds though. That is not the stop that Sergio Perez would have wanted. There's a few out there with delays to their pit stops.
Yeah, that's Ricciardo coming in because he's 11th. And there goes Hamilton and Magnussen.
Making another move down the main straight. This time it's Kevin Magnussen that he's got past.
Yeah.
Hard tyres working well for him and his teammate George Russell at Mercedes.
Also, guys, ignore Vettel at the background. I forgot to move him.
In this race. So Piastri with an 8-second lead over Sainz. The gap to Sergio
I mean,
Lando Norris.
It's a bit tricky to Seb to really have a cardboard Vettel hat in the background.
Because he's the one right behind them on the racetrack. And this is
George
Russell.
Bit of side for Russell, but then obviously it wouldn't make much difference against Gasly because Gasly's not fighting him.
Thank you very much, George Russell.
Yeah, Gasly wasn't fighting Russell.
It was a ticker in the middle of that chicane, isn't it?
Sainz, I would imagine.
So Sainz is pitting, and there goes Lando.
He veers to the right. Piastri continues on his way to lead this race.
Yeah, it's Lando.
Say they think a 1-2 is very much on the cards here.
Yeah, it's very much possible a 1-2.
Albeit not as good as those that have changed tyres. Still,
yeah.
A 1:16.0 on that last lap is still good.
Yeah.
And a decent pit stop time for Carlos Sainz as well, 2.6 seconds.
We go to Perez here. Don't think he will.
Very close to Sergio Perez. He's got the inside line. Perez has got the speed. Sainz comes out, but he is right now on the tail of the Red Bull car with about 2 seconds less stationary time when he made his pit stop.
Yeah.
And Norris just had a stunning first sector as well. I won 25.1 seconds through there, and he's 8 seconds behind his teammate, who's yet to pit, of course. So straight into the 14s for Norris. George Russell still has the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, also a mid 1 minute 14. Suspect that's about to change hands and go to Lando Norris.
So Piastri then ahead of Norris, 6 seconds the gap.
Lap 31.
Piastri hasn't stopped yet.
Lap 32 now, actually, I should say.
Now chasing down Sergio Perez, who's got
Says like 41 laps left in this Grand Prix, and there goes Perez on Fernando Sigma Alonso, and Alonso lets that go.
Alonso wasn't fighting that one. I wouldn't imagine he'll fight too hard the Ferrari behind him. In fact,
and Alonso's been told to box by his team.
Which is
so this will get out of the way for Carlos Sainz as Alonso comes in to the pit lane.
He's right behind Fernando Alonso. Alonso disappears out of the way.
Yeah.
Sainz gets free DRS.
Free DRS for Carlos to chase after Checo Perez.
Considering how close Sainz was to Perez when he came out of the pit.
There's the Aston Martin pit crew. I think actually a decent stop there from Aston. And it's 2.6 seconds for the Aston Martin team. And that is Bottas. I mean, it is a shame what happened to Bottas in the last few years at Kickstarter, because I really liked him when he was winning races at Merck. I still really like Bottas now. But yeah, there's no way he's going to win races in that thing. And I call it a stake saddle with aids. Like Rocky Mohawk called it a really being with aids.
Point to box him, but at the moment they're discussing,
just so it
should
is.
he come out close to Leclerc and Russell or further away with fresh
that was a nice move from Checo. But to be fair, Alonso wasn't really fighting that, so kind of pointless really if it's a good move, but still decent move. And the two Haas cars going in battle, and Magnussen. Oh, that's Hulkenberg, sorry, again had a Magnussen. Hulkenberg's on newer tyres to K-Mag, who hasn't pitted yet. So Piastri and Magnussen, the other drivers have not pitted yet, and Piastri's coming in now, so that'll be it now for the drivers who haven't pitted in the top 10. As Magnussen carries on, he's going hard to medium, K-Mag is.
They are now effectively in a different race.
Yeah.
But Norris
and Tsunoda's in again.
Verstappen 14.8. I believe they're both in clear air. They were.
So Piastri's coming in this lap, and
again,
he may come out. He's coming out in P5, it looks like, because Perez is over 20 seconds behind if you count all those gaps up.
But they might be even faster now.
Well, that's the problem. I think that Red Bull have got here is that in clean air, the McLaren is a much faster car.
Yeah.
Certainly was on the medium tyre with Lando.
Looks like this race is Lando's to lose unless McLaren decide, you know what, let's go for a two-stop with Lando.
That's exactly what he got. Verstappen goes through into turn 1.
And Osama and Russell will go through as well.
Goes through.
Yeah.
But can
I was right.
Get out here
I kind of knew it.
Of Sergio Perez.
He is. Why are you not confirming it? He is.
And that's what has been delivered with a smart stop and some decent driving from the young Australian.
The young Aussie. Some people are tipping Piastri to be the next world champion after Max. And you know what? I can't disagree, because if McLaren's so competitive, Piastri may actually win 2025. I mean, this year it's all but over unless something crazy happens, like, you know, Norris wins in Monza and Max DNFs, and this race stays as it is.
His last stop. Whoa.
Whoa.
Started going there. Well, the mechanic, as you can see on the right-hand side here,
that was kind of dangerous, not going to lie. That's when RB were getting ready for their pit stop.
Yeah. Well, he got his hands out of the way. That's the main thing.
There goes Lando.
End of lap 34. Starts lap
7.3 seconds for gap.
Of this race.
And Max looks like he's got self P2 today, unless no one has a mechanical problem or McLaren pit Lando again.
Has been in both phases. Didn't lose his head. He lost the start, but kept his head.
Yeah, kept his head.
That was probably more important than the start.
Yes, if once it's not going to be a Lando or McLaren bottle job. I think it's kind of on McLaren and Silverstone, because they could have put a medium tyres on, and then Lando could have went after Hamilton as well.
All the data that was studied and from all the practice that was performed, on FP2 mainly, because it's the only dry session we had.
Yeah.
That Verstappen could be vulnerable towards the end of what should be the only stint on a need to pit in this race.
Unsafe release noted for Gasly. I think there's a penalty coming his way. Not trying to snitch or anything, but I feel there's a penalty coming his way for that.
Out of the way. So we've got Norris, Verstappen.
I mean, obviously, I'm not an FIA enthusiast, so I don't know.
23.5 seconds.
I have had instances before in the classic F1 games where I get a penalty for something that actually wasn't my responsibility or was a racing incident.
At different times as well, so it's how they manage that and how they keep their pace.
But the old F1 games, I like to crash it up. On purpose, by the way, cause crazy crashes. Especially at Monaco.
Positions changing all the time.
For anyone who played F1 2012, 13 and 14, you'll know what I'm talking about. You've still got them up there, actually. F1 2012, right, yeah, because I've been doing equipment on that.
Between now and the end of the Grand Prix, it's about sheer pace now in the top 5.
Yeah.
Piastri use that.
Can Piastri use a pace
fresh tyres?
Of the fresh tyres and the McLaren to get into podium places.
Yeah. Kind of a bit of a halfway house that stop for him. He now needs to banzai his next few laps.
He has to. Yeah, he has to.
I know what you're saying, as well. We'll just watch this move from.
Oh, there goes Ricciardo.
On Valtteri Bottas.
Looks like RB.
They left Piastri for a long time.
Might not be getting points today. But I think they pitted twice both ways there. I'll have to have a look. And Bottas, I mean, the kick Sauber is actually really big with 8. Knowing how slow it is compared to the rest of the field.
Later on this afternoon. We don't know. That's what we're watching.
But I think no further investigation, by the way, that incident in the
143 for Lando, that is actually a decent lap.
I think the performance
it will be beaten the side though.
Has, I wouldn't say it's taken McLaren by surprise, but I don't think McLaren were expecting Ferrari and Leclerc to be right up there. This has been a decent drive from Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, decent drive from Leclerc, not going to lie.
He's put himself in the mix here when others might not have been expecting it.
He's been more tenacious than fast of late because Ferrari have just lost out, haven't they, in the development. Their development program didn't show dividends.
Yeah, they have.
Others have. And,
it's a shame really to see because Ferrari was so good at the start of the season.
Next time
and we were easily the second best team on the grid before Canada.
All weekend long, where Carlos Sainz will celebrate his 30th birthday on race day and his last birthday that he can celebrate as a Ferrari driver as well. And Ronnie Collins, what do you got for us?
He's watching Checo Perez at a minute. I still think Perez will finish 8th today. I really do. Because looking at the place of Hamilton and Sainz behind him, that is definitely possible. Perez finishing P8 again. That's one up 38 of his Grand Prix. And Lando's got 9 seconds.
And then furthermore, didn't look
and there's Leclerc.
So we might get some balance issues.
Oh, the window looking right again. Speeding at a pit lane for Lance Stroll noted. That's the window looking at what he does best again, which is breaking with F1 rules and obviously causing crashes. But obviously, this is just And he's going to get a penalty. He's under investigation. Give him a penalty already. I just know he has because there's a Lance Stroll thing in it. Because it's Lance Stroll, they're going to give him a penalty because that's just what Lance Stroll does best, which is putting into barriers or getting penalties.
He is very quickly coming back at George Russell now.
Let's talk about Alex Albon.
Yeah, some of Russell's getting attacked here by Oscar Pastry. Not in that way, I mean overtaking way.
A bit more of a smile on your face so far.
It takes a lot, as you know, it makes you really happy. Not so far. It's difficult to do. What has happened this weekend, both between the accident and also between our own doom.
Yeah.
But it's a long race. I think we've got a long way to go.
Williams has been quite fast this weekend. I mean, it was a shame with a disqualification for Albon, but rules are rules. Unfortunately.
He's done 25 laps on these tyres.
Wait, what am I? I might as well check that football because football I keep an eye on.
It is possible to go to the end. It's just
what a cracking game we've got over on you. 2-2 between Wolves and Chelsea, and Bournemouth lead Newcastle.
James, can you confirm all you had to do? It was just
well, so not watching because I'm busy watching this.
Good to go, yeah.
Yeah, correct. It's decimals.
Lando's been much quicker than
we operate.
Osama recently. Osama Ben Russell, of course.
And that's it, in one very specific location.
Thanks ever so much, James. We'll be back with you a little later on, if that is okay.
Yeah.
Alex Albon running 11th, Logan Sargent down in 17th. In between the two Williams cars in 14th is this man, Lance Stroll,
Let's have a look.
who came into the pit lane
Yes,
to
go
make
ahead.
his pit stop and didn't slow down in time, I'm afraid.
Yeah, typical Lance Stroll thing, isn't it?
For speeding in the pit lane. The limit is
Just tell him the truth, it's a typical Lance Stroll thing.
During the course of a weekend, you only get fined if it's a practice session or qualifying. You get the penalty during the race
and
picks up.
Pastry's caught up here to Osama Ben Russell. And Norris is 10 seconds ahead of Verstappen. If Norris wanted to, he could try and get a gap out to Russell and then go for a two-stop.
He is, again, looking at a podium, Oscar Piastri.
Yeah, Pastry is.
Key. If he can just sail past Russell, that'll do him nicely.
Well,
yeah.
Can he do that? We've had enough rain here to make boats very much the
Yeah.
favoured mode of transport down there.
And there goes Pastry up in the P4.
George Russell on the exit of turn one. Piastri gets that move done at the
And now he's good after Leclerc. He looks like the quickest car on the
and that is
track at the moment.
critical, and he is going very nicely indeed.
Yeah.
Ahead now of George Russell. Meanwhile, out in front,
Looks like Lando, that looks like Kickstarter.
Lap after lap after lap, Lando Norris is extending that lead.
Yeah.
And it's now about 10 seconds as Alex
Oh, there's a big battle here.
makes his way on the track.
5 cars.
There, past Kevin Magnussen.
They're going after Albon.
And Fernando Alonso in hot pursuit too.
Magnussen's gone from 10th to 13th. And Gasly. Wow. Some racing, Matt.
He's now going to have to stay in 11th place.
They work a treat, don't they? So Piastri,
Yeah.
he'll be on the tail of Leclerc in 4 laps.
Yeah, 4 laps it
And
estimates.
then
I'm just
he can
guessing when we're
make the
not to be
same
honest.
move quickly on Leclerc, and I think he's quite a bit quicker than Leclerc.
Yeah.
Then
It's obvious given Leclerc's got fresh tyres and he's in a faster car.
with Verstappen and Piastri. So the McLaren is just unbelievably fast,
Yeah.
especially on these tyres. And they're just coming along.
And now he's in clean air. He's
Yeah.
just put, he's got 4/10 of a second faster in that last lap than Max Verstappen. Fastest man, there's Carlos Sainz, who's just put in a 1:14.1 as he's behind Sergio Perez.
Yeah.
Gasly ahead of Albon on your screens, ahead of Alonso, ahead of Stroll, and Kevin Magnussen at the tail end of this, who hasn't pitted yet.
Yeah.
He's the only driver yet to come in the pit stops. Haas, I think, looking for a safety car, which doesn't seem to be coming. Not just a safety car, we actually haven't had a yellow flag yet either. And maybe those tyres are starting to go off a bit for Alex Albon as Fernando Alonso passes the Williams.
Looks like that one.
Down the straight. Well, that happens. Magnussen manages to pit. So Albon now finds himself behind Fernando Alonso and ahead of Lance Stroll, who's got that 5-second penalty.
Yeah.
And Oscar Piastri is continuing on his way here, chasing down Charles Leclerc.
Yeah.
That's going to be the next battle in about 4 or 5 laps.
Let's watch this again.
This was
some racing mess.
like watching the Indy 500 here, the
Yeah,
amount
it
of
is.
cars together going around the back.
Yeah, a lot going on there, wasn't there? And,
Yeah.
It's just dangerous. It's really dangerous.
What was it?
Yeah, what was?
I don't know. Obviously, they're delayed radio messages, so I don't know which bit exactly.
Well, it's probably
I
Magnussen.
mean, Magnussen
And he's pitted.
holding everybody up, but
Yeah.
that looked like racing to me, Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what.
He lost
Alex
4
is,
places in, like,
referring to there. Might be something
less than
else
10
to get,
seconds.
Whatever it was. He didn't like it.
Yeah, Magnussen's pitting now.
I take the point. Alex Albon is not a man to complain about danger.
Yeah.
That's racing. That's cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's racing for you. And Sainz has set the fastest lap.
Yeah, so what Piastri coming
We'll
into
have 42
play
of this Grand Prix.
will stop Red Bull with Verstappen trying to destabilise McLaren with say a later stop, put some soft tyres on it or something,
Yeah.
and try to come back at them. Lewis Hamilton has done that here
At
before,
43.
and just a contrary strategy to try to destabilise.
That was the fastest lap,
McLaren.
if anyone remembers.
If
2021. And don't worry, the same
Piastri
that.
can bring himself up into position. He's currently 9.3 behind Verstappen.
Piastri can overtake Charles Leclerc. It's another 3 points,
Yeah, we can.
of course, in that Constructors' Championship battle. And that would mean McLaren, if it stayed with Perez in 6th and Verstappen in 2nd and Norris winning, That will be a 28-point difference as we go towards Monza in the Constructors' Championship, which has been led by Red Bull since Spain. That's Spain 2022.
Yes. And to remind you, both cars can score in the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah.
And that's why the gaps are...
and the gap's coming down for Red Bull.
Significant, if you like, in terms of the points differences.
I haven't taken the points for the fastest lap into consideration. Now the Red Bull and McLaren have that bonus points.
That's at a minute.
Between now and the end of this race, Carlos Sainz chasing Sergio Perez, behind him Lewis Hamilton.
Hamilton's overtaken by Dan Stroll.
Chats in the paddock. Martin, you and I, we went to Ferrari and said, is there a chance here that it could be Sainz and Hamilton battling for 7th and 8th by the end of the race? And they went, that's pretty much the prediction.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Top 7 looks realistically if Hamilton.
They ran 5,000 simulations, don't they? They're pretty sure they know what's going to happen. Then there's a first corner shut or something. And throw it all out the window.
First corner shut, really? I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see.
Just took a guess.
Took a guess, yeah.
Behind Sergio Perez for how much longer?
Yeah, how much longer?
Perez's pace at the moment. He lapped 1:14.9 on the last lap.
He's nearly 1:15.
1:15.2. And he's lost another 3/10 to Lando Norris on this particular lap as well.
Piastri now just...
Might have been he was lapping Kevin Magnussen.
Thank God Paul the rest time, man.
Will now be on Leclerc the next.
I mean, to be fair, everyone who watches Sky Sports, like Watchalong, Mohawk, and a few other guys, did hate Paul the rest
a little bit of a hurry up by the Ferrari pit wall. And told you to up your
Watchalong, Mohawk hated it most of it. So.
For the first sector here. So we see
Ocon.
Max
Verstappen battle with Valtteri Bottas.
Yeah, Bottas.
Yeah, so, Max Verstappen on the radio apparently saying we've lost grip, losing grip. So, and he's now 10.8.
45
for the pace of Norris. So the Red Bull is chewing up its tyres. It seems 5 minutes.
More faster than we expected. Looks like Red Bull.
Of course,
we're going to lose this one.
Nobody's bothering you. It's a whole different race. All of a sudden, you're pushing the car, and you get a new set of problems.
Here you go, Sainz on Perez. Round the outside, go Sainz. Is he going to make it stick? I think he will, yeah. No. And Perez says, no, thank you. You're not getting ahead, Carlos.
By Sergio Perez and his battle with Sainz there. That could have ended up with both drivers out of the race.
It could have, yeah.
For another
Bottas is 19th. How bad if he kicks Salvers, honestly? Or Steak Salvers, whatever you want to call him. They called Kick Salver for a reason. They had to kick themselves. But in a joke way. What was I going to use for that joke?
In Belgium, Max Verstappen with that engine penalty through the fourth, but he couldn't make any impression on the podium.
They had to kick their own cars because they can't go. Yes, so if there's a safety car, the car might take the risk, and they'll obviously bring some entertainment into the race. And if Red Bull don't pit Max, then Max is definitely going to finish, definitely not going to finish on the podium. It looks like, or maybe at least third. Yeah, because it is fun. Something like Mohawk says it.
He's close once again.
Paris defends on the outside, on the inside again. Compares to Sainz on the outside. That's what I was trying to say them, but I was trying to take a low line Carlos, but no, it doesn't work.
Coming into this race, don't expect our performance to be better than Spa. We've not been able to do anything on this car during the summer break. We're going to have to live with what we've got. And it's quite obvious in this race what they've got, Martin, is a car that is not as fast, certainly around this track, as the team that are hunting them down in the Constructors' Championship.
I don't think it was fast anywhere. I mean, we'll have some quality places.
Yeah, McLaren's fast anywhere now, looking how quick it is.
Very special demand, but the McLaren is, I think, unquestionably a car to beat now. On all days. Piastri then still behind the Ferrari.
Yeah, there's Leclerc. Start 47, we do.
How quickly can he catch Verstappen?
Yeah.
He can clear this Ferrari quickly. He will
Piastri has to.
Yeah, McLaren could be on for a 1-2 here, but before they do that, they've got to sort out the 3-4.
in a 3-4. They got to sort that out.
No room there from Charles Leclerc.
As there goes
Well, here's Carlos
Sainz
under braking
and Perez
this
braked
time.
very early, yeah.
Just to get the better.
Could have been a big crash, but no.
Sainz gets his
Sainz is ahead of
He's
Perez.
had that pace, but Perez has been able to defend the last couple of laps.
Yeah.
Sainz made it look very easy on this particular occasion.
Yeah, he did.
He is up into 6th.
Yeah, Sainz is one of those lovely. I'm gonna wherever you break, I'm gonna break.
And Leclerc is also going on Verstappen here, so Verstappen may finish off the podium maybe, because they're both gaining on Leclerc ahead. These two are, but Piastri will get Leclerc and then go after maxi pad, or they're decided to show Leclerc coming out of that corner. That's turn 10 in it.
Failed to lead only 33
I think it is turn 10.
laps. Car number 33 as he was once, and only failed to lead 33 laps before today. Norris took the lead on lap 18, conceded it during the pit stops. He's got it back again, and is absolutely cruising out in front with a buffer that will cover an opportunity
12 and a half
for a pit stop
seconds
behind a late safety car. But I would imagine if we do get a safety car, then Verstappen might want to come in and change his tyres too. Once again, Piastri frustrated by Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, Verstappen will come in if.
Will be really nervous of losing out to Leclerc, Piastri, Russell, and Sainz.
The Red Bull will be nervous about that.
Verstappen out there on heavily used, cold, hard compound tyres. Were to be a safety car. We talk about it here because it's an old school track. Does not have service
old school track
on the
this
inside
is.
and the outside in many places, which means if a car stops or crashes, you really got to crane it off or drag it off. It's not easy to recover a car here. So
it isn't, knowing how this track is.
Of a safety car, we haven't had one today. No.
Yeah, in all the other races here in Zandvoort, like the last two, we've had a safety car. 2021 we didn't.
Have had a retirement. All 20 drivers are still running. With the two Salvers, who are the only team not to score a point so far this year. Only in 19th and 20th. Now, this battle, Leclerc and Piastri, is
a bit battle going on there for
gaining on the
16th.
back markers of Sargent, Sonoda, and Magnussen, who are obliged to get out of the way, but they're also trying to run their own race.
As Magnussen tried to be inside, but couldn't make it. Hulkenberg is good for a point finish here in that Haskell. He actually is quite fast. And Mercedes are preparing a pit stop for Lewis Hamilton.
They may as well bring Hamilton in. He's got a free.
Yeah, they may as well.
And to see if he can come back at Perez and Sainz and co. With some fresh tyres.
And I dare say as well, as he has got 2 new sets of soft tyres,
they might as well take it.
Now, and make a bid for the fastest lap in this race. So he
might as well do it.
Pick up a point, as you say, Martin, with that free pit stop.
23 laps to go though on those hard compound, the soft compound rather, but we saw him go very well on those earlier on in the race. Didn't we? So that then is why not? That's a complete why not, isn't it? For Mercedes, because
why not?
Got a free pit stop on her.
Yeah, he did 25 laps, didn't he, on the soft tyre in the first stint. So
Piastri's stalled out there, hasn't he?
Yeah, Piastri has.
It's giving Verstappen some breathing space.
It's the only real frustration for McLaren this afternoon. The fact that Piastri hasn't quite got that pace to try and.
There's three drivers, who are pitted twice. That's what the pit stops are saying.
On Charles Leclerc, even though he's got the DRS. Get the feeling with the Ferrari, there's an energy boost going on that's helping Leclerc down that main straight.
Looks like the race and Leclerc's using it to good effect.
Get a bit of DRS from these back markers on the. They have cleared them before they get out there.
Red Bull.
Who's this for then?
Was that little dummy move?
Probably dummy move, A dummy move from Red Bull.
Now that Hamilton stopped, of course, Perez could stop as well. And get his free pit stop and try and get his extra point for a fastest lap, which would probably help Red Bull quite a lot if he could.
Yeah, Megas Magnussen. So looks like there's going to be 5 drivers, many more that are going to be left by the top 4. Norris is maybe behind Albon now, maybe just left him.
Still ahead of him. We've got that squabble of Sargent and Tsunoda.
Yeah, it's not an easy place here.
It's not easy.
Quite narrow in parts. 2 to lap some of the back markers. Verstappen, when he lapped Magnussen, lost about half a second on that particular lap. I was just
because it's not a DRS.
in the commentary box, and then the timing screens.
Keep an eye on this. Leclerc did not get DRS on the back markers.
Yes.
Piastri has, but he's not close enough.
Piastri's going to really need to push here. On
Yeah,
this
you get
lap
Piastri really needs to push
Leclerc
now.
gets the benefit of that DRS. Sonoda moves out of the way, which means that he's lost touch with Logan Sargent in there doing so. Where the back markers do have their race rather ruins if they are scrapping for positions.
Norris is too far ahead now for Max to even bother try and make a charge for the lead, and his tyres aren't as good either.
A good start and has been very, very consistent throughout this race and is on course at the moment.
There goes Hamilton with the fastest lap. 1:13.8. That's a decent lap, that.
In succession either side of the summer break. Hamilton Martin does get that fast.
And Leclerc does look like he has,
1:13.8, but he's got 25 seconds to try and close down on Sergio Perez. If
he's got 20 laps to do it.
He's got enough time.
When it feels like it's picked up, that's what Hamilton's saying.
So, as I say, Mercedes had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Unless there was a safety car meeting.
They had nothing to lose, Mike, though.
There hasn't been.
That 52, 14 seconds, pretty much the gap out in front.
Yeah.
Norris over Verstappen. Back markers have been cleared. Leclerc still heads Piastri, Russell in fifth. And that's Logan Sargent under pressure from Yuki Tsunoda, but hanging on the 16th position as we can head to race control.
Yes, Bob, there's a few little updates for it. Obviously, you've mentioned the back markers a lot there.
There's a Freedom Tower versus Tsunoda versus K-Mag.
Very, very
obviously, what can Mohawk calls Logan Sargent with Freedom Tower.
A number of drivers on the grid. Interesting, what are McLaren going to do with Piastri now? Stuck a little bit behind.
Hydration is crucial, guys.
McLaren are the team that have 2 sets of medium tyres. So that he's been told he's in the grid, which means if he's a safety car, he would box and take the medium tyre. Do they risk it? Do they play the strategy game? Box, lose 3 positions to drivers on much older hard tyres, and then
McLaren do it.
21 second or 22 second.
Because Lando on
give them a shot.
Lance Stroll.
What would you do, Martin?
Track position seems key, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
You've got a massive offset with your tyres.
And this stands Lando will be 71 points behind Max, but then you may get an extra point for fastest lap, so they could go for it.
To run Piastri longer has to an extent worked out, although he's now dropped out of the DRS.
Yeah, but then Leclerc is quite hard to pass as well, so that could be
that over.
A key moment in
this.
this.
There's always risk passing other cars. You've got to get up, you've got to get through.
Yeah.
And sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't.
One of the cars he'd have to overtake if he was to take a pit stop would be Sergio Perez. I think for me, you want to put caution on the
Max
side of
talking about.
Could go wrong, and what you don't want is to be stuck behind one of the drivers for your rival in the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah.
Keep it a bit more simple.
I mean, McLaren are first and fourth, as you say, closing the gap again in the World Championship for constructors.
Yeah, Zhou's in again. If they're retiring the car. Always pitting just
fourth place.
Because why not? Put on the soft tire and go for it.
See how it plays out. I mean, he is stalled out behind.
They're retiring.
That's a conundrum.
Looks like they're anyway.
As we go towards
they're not.
the stages of this race, Charles Leclerc has had those tyres on for 28
9.8
Oscar Piastri
between Zhou and Bottas. Zhou's gone for soft tyre now.
So there's a 9.
So by not scoring points this year, I just see it happening. They're not going to score points at any race this year unless we get a wet race
and leaders pace at the moment. He's really flying.
And they just go for it. They make all my calls on pit in a red dry race.
Sort of fended off that attack.
I want Baku to be wet and dry. I do because I've never seen Baku in the wet. We may have before, but I've never seen Baku in the wet from my memory. So Baku in wet conditions would be fun. Would be kind of dangerous as well, thinking about it. The only one while I was moving was I was a foot rester where I put my legs on it.
To the back of this train now as well, the Magnussen, Tsunoda and Sargent's train, and he is
Sainz is still gaining on Osama and Russell, and Sainz may get a P5 here.
Been a much better race than practice and qualifying for Ferrari, hasn't it?
Yeah.
They'll be really happy with that, I think, compared to where they looked last night.
Yeah, I don't think they felt the podium was necessarily on. Well, Carlos Sainz paying the price really for not doing a soft tyre run before qualifying. Because A, the rain came down, B, had gearbox issues.
Oh, Ross has been told to pit. They're following another knot.
Pull into the pit lane. The man who tried a one-stop strategy in Belgium is now going to go for a two-stop strategy because he's got a free pit stop to his teammate Lewis Hamilton. And I think they feel that with a set of soft tyres that he can get past Sergio Perez. It's not a new set of tyres though.
It's a used set. Where's Hamilton in all this?
I think what they
there's Hamilton,
there was
and there's Russell coming up pit lane.
Sainz was going to catch them.
Yeah.
So do something different, basically. He's lost track position to Perez as well. As you said, he's
last 5 races.
Hamilton. So
Max has finished at a podium in one of the last 4. That was Silverstone. And one more lap, he probably would have won Silverstone, being honest.
They did the right thing with Russell.
Why do we need him at the grandstands anyway when we're getting an all-road race anyway?
Bernie was talking about a little while ago as to whether McLaren might play that card with Piastri.
Well, I was going to ask you, does that then refocus McLaren's discussion as to whether they bring Oscar Piastri in for another pit stop, or given that he has got that tyre offset in his favour,
go after Maxi Pad
him out because it's the safest thing?
I would be personally nervous of putting Piastri behind Perez, Russell, and Sainz voluntarily.
There goes Albon.
Yeah, I think at the moment he would be ahead of Russell though. If he pitted, if Piastri pitted at the end of this lap, he'd be ahead of George Russell. But I know what you mean. There's also a load of back markers in between as well, and the way this race is going, they're going to substantially reduce.
Piastri.
If you're thinking about it,
as far as Lando for a minute, but Lando's not behind their Red Bull or Ferrari. And his own race, really, 15 seconds ahead. He's dominating this.
So how bold they feel they want to get. He actually seems to be coming back a little bit in the clear. Anyway, they're 7 seconds clear of Sainz. So
he's learned this, hasn't he, Oscar Piastri, in his second season in Formula One, where sometimes you've just got to back off a bit, cool those tyres down.
Yeah, he has to.
And then recharge and remount your attack.
Yeah.
If Norris pitting now, he'd probably rejoin
happy with this.
Just ahead of Leclerc.
20 seconds at the moment behind Norris.
How's the tyre now? Not racing, but it remains to the end. Copy that.
Yeah, Piastri letting them know about tyres.
Not brilliant, but we'll be okay. The only driver to complete every single racing lap, by the way, in 2024. And
that's Oscar Piastri.
He's okay to make it safely and comfortably to the end, but in 4th place where he would have been targeting another podium, I am sure.
Never make a script writer for advertising, would he, Oscar?
He plays everything down. So level-headed.
It's just what you need as an engineer.
His demeanour, it barely changes to the extent, Martin, that he was racing around with a broken rib and we didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Because he's that.
I didn't notice that either.
He was telling me it's a stress fracture that sort of came over a number of races, particularly in high-load right-handers, basically, where his seat was gently pressing and eventually broke a rib. But
I didn't know that. Piastri won with a broken rib.
A bit of extra padding around the good bits of his seat.
Got
him through that, and sheer determination and Aussie grit.
Yeah, and also the pain-killing benefits of a win in Formula One, the 115th driver to win in Formula One, and he did that in Hungary, where he would have been.
So basically, both Verstappen for good at winners now. I'm going to see if I can get them all. Norris, Verstappen, Leclerc, Piastri,
adrenaline,
Sainz, Perez, Russell, Hamilton, Gasly, Alonso, that's 10. Ricardo, Ocon, who else? And Bottas, that's it. That's, I think, 13 different winners on the grid.
And they'll be hoping to get him up a few more places at Williams between now and the end.
Talking about Antipodeans, we've got Mick Doohan coming on the grid next year. Maybe Liam Lowe.
Mick Doohan.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Mick's son.
Jack, Mick's son.
Yeah, Mick Doohan.
Boy.
100cc legend he is. And Jack Doohan's obviously coming in Formula 1 next year. I'm very excited to see Jack Doohan would do him at Alpine.
Daniel Ricciardo stays on the grid somewhere.
Yeah, I'm hoping Danny Rick stays on the grid.
26 million people in Australia and 5 million in New Zealand. They'll represent a quarter of the grid.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary. If it happens.
Liam Lawson as well.
I think Liam Lawson deserves his chance at Formula 1.
Yeah, Liam Lawson does, to be fair. I've said it before, Liam Lawson deserves a chance in the RV. Or in the Red Bull. Because he showed last year while he was in for Ricciardo, he has the speed.
But not as many people to choose from when you're picking drivers as some other countries. Italy, for instance, although I think we might have an Italian driver on the grid for next year.
Yeah, Kimi Antonelli.
Kimi Antonelli.
I remember when in the late 80s when I was driving in F1, there were 13 Italian drivers in F1.
Yeah, MotoGP has loads of Italian riders. I mean, MotoGP is mostly now filled by Spaniards and Italians anyway.
Unusual to not have.
And a few different nationalities in between, like France, Japan, Portugal.
Pierre Gasly is chasing.
Like obviously in France, in MotoGP, we've got Fabio Quartararo. We've got, who else is there? Oliveira's Portuguese, we've got Ayagura, who's Japanese on the grid. Who else is there? That's obviously not from Italy or Spain in MotoGP.
That happens slowly but surely. Lando Norris extending his
I'll actually discuss that when my next MotoGP Watchalong is, because it's mostly based around F1, so yeah, I'll do that when the Aragon race is on next week.
Celebratory victory, 72 laps, and it is not looking that way this afternoon.
Yeah, he's 16 seconds behind Lando.
Complete control as Esteban Ocon.
And Norris is just in complete control of this.
Daniel Ricciardo in 13th. Meanwhile, in the other Alpine, Gasly continues his chase after Nico Hülkenberg.
Yeah, Hülkenberg's getting the fleet operators prize for best use of tyres today. He's done 44 laps.
44 laps, Jesus
Gasly
Christ.
just 26, so big offset as we catch Nico Hülkenberg.
Yeah, Hülkenberg off to Sauber for next season. Sauber,
it might be a right call with time.
Saying goodbye to the Haas team as Oliver Behrman comes into
Oliver Behrman. Can't wait for him. And the way he raced for Ferrari when he was racing for Sainz's appendix.
Is that go the long way around the outside?
Yeah, appendicitis.
Defending on the inside, Gasly has become very adept in this race at zooming around the outside.
Yeah, he had appendicitis, Sainz did, and that's when Behrman went in and got 7th in his first race. To be fair, play to Ollie Behrman. That was some drive from the 18-year-old, and he does deserve his place in F1. Ollie Behrman does.
From tree to tree.
I remember saying Geronimo on the brakes, and then Tarzan when I got into it. And
there's Lando lapping him.
As he did the roar. Driver of the day vote closes in 10 laps.
Who would I say driver of the day is?
Norris is getting a lot of those votes at the moment, but there are a few.
Lando Bangles again, I see.
Bernie Collins.
Oh, to be fair, he has drove brilliantly today, so yeah. Mostly Lando, but I would say probably Hamilton.
On how Russell's getting on those used soft tires.
Because in 14th, he's done quite well to get P8.
Slightly more than a second lap faster than Perez, so looks like he could close that in time. But with the free air that
comes for Lando,
with Russell doing that pit stop, he has really picked up the pace. And it doesn't look likely, to me at least, that Russell's going to be able to catch that unless Carlos really plays it. That overtake that you just mentioned with Hülkenberg, that's one to watch. Hülkenberg running in P10 on 45-lap old hard tyres.
Yeah, that is something else from Hülkenberg.
Enough to defend from the two Aston Martins that are going to close.
I don't think he's going to be able to defend from Alonso.
Not sure it is. And I also think, Martin, talking of George Russell, Mercedes might have a decision to make. If Lewis Hamilton continues his pace and gets a little bit closer, because he could be the one that's got the pace to challenge Sergio Perez, but we're kind of running out of laps.
Yeah, good point on that. Hamilton catching Russell.
Yeah, Piastri's on much younger tyres than Leclerc. And still Leclerc still ahead.
There in 14th, that's a good effort, isn't it? And that was a leg stop from George Russell. And again, that's one that's put him out of track position and hasn't yet paid any dividends. But I think Hülkenberg can be under pressure from Alonso, Stroll and Ricciardo.
Yeah. I think you're right on that one. Watching the lap times, so impressive the way that Charles Leclerc is managing to lap to within a few thousandths of a second of Oscar Piastri behind him on tyres that are 9 laps old.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good race tyre in these conditions.
Yeah, it is.
C1 tyre, but this has been a really good effort by Charles Leclerc.
There has been some Charles Leclerc, really good effort from him. As there's 10 laps to go, Norris starts up 63 at the Grand Prix.
It's going to be troubling necessarily Verstappen by the end. We'll keep an eye on the Red Bull drivers' tyres there.
Yeah.
Verstappen seems to have just gone into a pace management phase of this race, Martin, where he's like, I'm not going to get first and I want to keep that second place and defend. But, you know, Leclerc is still chipping away.
Yeah, Leclerc is.
Yeah, just far enough away not to be too much of a pest, isn't he, for Verstappen at the moment?
Yeah.
All respect to the Dutch fans, they're not exactly marching out of the place, are they? They're so used to Max dominating these races, certainly since we returned here to Zandvoort.
Yeah.
But
there goes Hamilton with another fastest lap. 1:39, a few milliseconds quicker than his previous fastest lap, I'm guessing.
That I was talking about. Lewis Hamilton has just put in the new fastest lap of the race. He's now less
he's faster than Russell on every other last couple of laps.
That's
4 laps.
Things around there, albeit Russell's come up behind that Sergeant Sonoda Magnussen train of drivers, and that might have been holding him.
There
up
goes
as well.
Alonso and Hulkenberg.
Fernando Alonso. We wondered, could the Aston Martin get past the Haas of...
Hulkenberg's going to try and defend this, but I don't think he can. And there goes Alonso into the points.
Produce the Hail Mary strategy, and it's a strategy that is not putting him into the points currently, because Alonso's just taken that final point in the race.
Yeah. Also won't be pleased if he gets passed by Hamilton as well. That means they gave up track position with Sainz chasing him down and Perez, but it was clear Sainz was last anyway.
The thing is,
lap 64.
Of the 2 Mercedes drivers, the only one at the moment who's got the pace to challenge Sergio Perez, and it might come down to the last lap, is Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
So they might need to make that decision. We'll see.
They'll need to.
Now, about 1.5 seconds between Russell and Hamilton, who we ride on board with down that main straight. He's now got those 3 cars, those 3 back markers to try and contend with. So we've got about 8 laps to go in this race. Martin, we ought to, at some stage, focus on the race leader, who we haven't seen for a while.
Yeah.
As Lando Norris has been untroubled, untouched, and unbeatable here. And, well, considering where we started this season, and how we had to wait until Miami for the McLaren to show us what it was made of, and for Lando to get that race win, this is the sort of performance he would have been dreaming of on all those days he spent on the beach in the last couple of weeks.
Absolutely. And even in Miami, the safety car was a touch fortunate for the McLaren,
it kind of was.
But they put themselves into the position of becoming fortunate by their raw pace, but it's pure pace today.
Yeah, it is.
And that confidence, we'll give Verstappen the first corner, not ideal, but, you know, plan B. And
then plan B, just get him, lay on it race and set off in a distance.
And this is the sort of gap, 18 seconds to Verstappen at the moment.
Yeah.
Probably going to end up well over 20 seconds.
Yeah, it could do.
And, you know, that's the sort of gap that even Red Bull were not necessarily winning by when they were dominating everything.
Yeah.
Well, the last time anyone other than Verstappen has won a race by as much as 10 seconds was nearly 2.5 years ago. Charles Leclerc in Australia, 2022.
That was Leclerc's best win for sure. Or was Austria 22 his best win?
Over the curve.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's still on the brakes there. But, it's fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you've got an 18-second lead, that sort of thing's absolutely okay. You don't want to do it too often, of course. If you're Lando Norris, he's making his way at the moment to turn 4 as Verstappen completes lap 65 of this race. Cost him a 10th in the final sector to Verstappen. That will look up. He's only 10th in hand at 180 of them.
Yeah.
He's hit the bullseye very much in this race today.
Yeah, because done a 20 plus seconds between Lando and Max.
To clear those back markers, he's continuing to gain on his teammate, but they're both the Mercedes a little bit adrift of Sergio Perez once again. Still, Oscar Piastri is behind Charles Leclerc, and not looking like he's going to.
There goes one with Chick Salvers behind him.
Unless he's saved it all for 5 of his finest laps between now and the checkered flag.
Yeah, Mercedes ending up 7th and 8th at the moment. That's gained a critical points for Red Bull, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Even if they did lose out to Science.
Yeah.
They would have felt the pace was in there to get ahead, but it hasn't quite happened. Has Perez done enough for Red Bull today? Started 5th, finishing 6th?
Don't think so.
Just about.
Just about, yes.
You know,
That's 67 now.
Where you go, I'll guarantee that driver, who else you put it, who's available, I'll guarantee that driver will do better than that.
Yeah.
I think that was the decision that they had to make. I thought, right, we'll put all our faith in the one that's got the seat. We'll give him every chance. Stories that he's had a bit of driver coaching at Silverstone in between Spa and here at Zandvoort. See if that will help turn things around.
As it stands, McLaren will be going 31 points behind Red Bull.
There's the current gap between Red Bull and McLaren. It's going to come down to what? 31 points. A gain of 37 for McLaren, or 37 points scored.
19 seconds the gap is now.
Keep doing that. By the time we go to Singapore, that Constructors' Championship might just see a swap around at the top.
Yeah, may just.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Especially if they can keep beating Verstappen.
Yeah.
And then both McLarens, if they finish,
5 laps to go.
Should be ahead of Perez.
Looks like Lando's got this.
Season anyway.
5 laps to go then. There's your race leader, Lando Norris.
Yeah, I think if McLaren were going to go fastest lap with Lando, would have pitted, I think, at least 10 laps to go.
At Zandvoort since 1985.
Niki Lauda's
last race win in Formula 1. And he could be winning from pole for the first time in his career, and in terms of Formula 1 for the first time in 6 consecutive races. If it was all decided,
looks like Lando's got it.
Lando Norris will win this championship.
I mean, most of those drive at the debut to Romney Lando fangirls.
Popular lad, understandably so. He's very open, isn't he? He's very
obviously one to a Sims for Lando.
Hide his mood or his feelings. Sometimes you wince a bit. You don't it's hard on yourself, but he's a very open lad.
Yeah, Lando is.
Feeling focused this morning, Martin. He had a smile on his face when you caught a quick chat with him in the paddock.
Yeah.
And we speculated would his starts, be on his mind. The fact that he hasn't had the best starts when starting right at the front, and I don't think that has been the case. He's put it very much to the back of his mind.
He has.
It didn't go completely.
Lap 69.
Today, but that is a
4 laps to go.
In that
And it's going to be maybe 20 plus the gap between Lando and Max.
In 4.5 laps time.
Yeah, both McLarens had a bit of a tardy start.
Yeah.
So what to do there?
It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yeah, it is.
Albeit it does help sometimes if you can start and get it right. And the gap, 19.8 seconds. We're at nearly 20 seconds. Piastri just can't find a way.
Yeah, Piastri can't.
Close enough to Charles Leclerc to get some DRS assistance and to try and mount a challenge on that Ferrari. Albeit he is a lot closer on this lap. And if he can take out another couple of tenths, he'll be under that second. Is this the start of the charge for Oscar Piastri?
Yeah, it could be.
Going well for McLaren, Red Bull, with their pace. They're not leading, but they're right up there. Ferrari, with a much better race pace than they had in qualifying. The team that kind of has lost out on pace this weekend is the team that won 2 of the previous 3 races, and that's Mercedes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
3 laps to go.
I'd be somewhat shocked to be down in 7th and 8th, 45 seconds off the lead.
Yeah.
And Norris on his merry way out of turn 1.
Yeah, he is.
Gimbal camera makes me feel a bit seasick, to be honest, but it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how the cameraman holds him. 1 career race win, and it is about to be doubled.
2. Yeah, doubled.
As I said, no one has won a race by over 10 seconds other than Max Verstappen in the last 2.5 years, and Norris has doubled that.
Now Lando's going to do it.
With a 20-second margin. And I'll tell you what, if you want to come back from the summer break, Martin, and make a proper statement, a 20-second margin of victory, it is
It's a perfect way to do that.
It is. There'll be 9
Looks like Lando's going to do it then.
This.
Yes.
So many times, haven't we? We're
not going to jinx it though.
People have struggled, but we've always said at the end of the race.
We've always seen before the end of the races that something can happen.
His championship lead because it's been different drivers having strong weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's not going to start happening now because McLaren are the clear fastest car on this track, and the man in charge in second, I should say, in the championship is the clear strongest challenger to Max Verstappen. There are plenty of people in the paddock who have been in this sport for a long, long time saying, do you know what? Both championships are up for grabs here, not just the constructors. And the more McLaren chip away at that, the more Red Bull will start to feel it between now and Abu Dhabi as well.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, and you can't look back because there's no point. It won't change anything, but there were some races where McLaren should have scored a lot more points.
Yeah, definitely. It could have been leading the constructors by now if
it was all part of the learning process to get them where they are.
Something like McLaren, if they didn't make the strategy calls that are bad ones, they should have been closer to Red Bull and maybe even ahead of them.
Up there as well, who I believe is a very good mate of Lando Norris's.
Yeah.
And Max.
Yeah.
And Max as well.
That's true. He could have had.
That's up, Ben. Coming up.
There with the decks as well. You know, this crowd have been entertained royally by some proper good music during the course of this weekend. But for the next 2.46 miles, the only thing Lando Norris wants to hear is the noise of his Mercedes V6 engine, powering him around this racetrack.
The close goes a bit to Max, but it's not enough.
Second victory in Formula One. Whilst it might not have started as well as he wanted, it is going to finish in some sensational style as he smashes it absolutely out of the park. Behind him, his teammate, I think, pretty much giving up the ghost here unless Leclerc makes a mistake. Piastri is not going to join him on the podium. Verstappen has struggled for tyre wear, but crucially for pace ever since on lap 18. This car number 4, took the lead of this
race. It's been just dominant from Lando.
The only 2 drivers to have led.
Good race, this does. I mean, the start of it was quite good with Max leading and then Lando getting past. Since then, Lando's just been in a league of his own.
This is a massive confidence boost for Lando Norris in particular as well. But, in terms of converting the pole position into a victory.
And
he's going to do it.
The crowd are all standing to applaud Lando Norris and his efforts here today. And
Lando's done it.
McLaren bounce back after the summer break. Take the Dutch Grand
Fastest lap as well.
Lando Norris wins in Zandvoort. That championship challenge is ignited here.
What is Bottas second?
Max Verstappen will come home in second place.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Has been a distant second.
Yeah, distant second.
Norris wins. Verstappen takes second.
And Norris
it could be game on as well.
Lap of the race on the final tour for another World Championship point.
Yeah, he's going to need that. If he wins the championship by a point, he's definitely going to need that.
Holds off Oscar Piastri. It is all smiles for Zach Brown down at McLaren. Carlos Sainz comes home to finish 5th. Checo Perez.
Lando Norris has done it. He's won the Dutch Grand Prix by an absolute mile. That's the way I bounced back from the summer break. Could have easily been his 5th win of the season.
Points position for
well, maybe 6th win of the season, I don't know.
Is Lando's Sunday, and the British driver has come to the Netherlands and has taken maximum points.
He's done it, Lando has. That'll be it, guys, for a watch along. Thanks all for watching. Let's watch his team radio first. Yeah, simply lovely. Taking Max's line.
Thank you. What a voice. Incredible job. That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Incredible job. Let's keep pushing. Looks like a far easier. Still a tough race, but let's keep pushing. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was a strong drive.
It was a strong drive from Lando.
Current era to beat Max Verstappen in his own backyard. He thinks his catchphrase as well.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'll be here for a watch along. Thanks all for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe if anyone is new. It's tell me if you signed in, and tell the notification bell so don't miss any future videos or streams coming up. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So see you next time. I hope you have an amazing day.
And play second fiddle here today.